Mr. Kurtz, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thanks for being here, Jim. And I wish it was under better circumstances. Obviously, there's a great human toll taking place, but I'm happy to talk to you about cybersecurity.
Thank you so much, George. Now, you heard the president's warning. First, are we prepared? And second, I'm not used to hearing us playing offense. Are we?
Well, you have to look at both countries. The United States and Russia have great cyber capabilities. And in any modern war, cyber is a critical element, air, sea, land, and cyber. And we have to be ready. Unfortunately, 85% of the infrastructure is owned by private companies. And when we think about that critical infrastructure, it isn't always up to the level we would like from a cybersecurity perspective. We've seen that with some of the pipelines. So we have to be vigilant and we have to be ready for these attacks.
George, there was a concentrated selling of the bank stocks. And from what I can tell, it was not the fact that interest rates went down, which is bad for their earnings, but it was because people feel they're the most logically targeted after we've targeted 5 Russian banks. Are the banks ready? I'm not going to single out any particular one, but do you think the banks are spending enough?
The banks, from a sector perspective, have done a great job. There's a lot of regulation around what they do. Thankfully, they have the money to actually put in a mature security technology like CrowdStrike. We protect 14 of the top 20 banks out there. But it's not, it's not just one company. It's not CrowdStrike. It's a holistic view of people, process, and technology. And I can tell you, I've talked to a lot of banks recently, a lot of senior executives, and they're concerned. They're very concerned about what might happen here. And they should be, because when you think about some of the collateral damage that might take place from these, we call them wiper viruses, which are designed to basically wipe a system. When we think about cyber, it has no boundaries for collateral damage. A missile has a fixed area of destruction. In cyber, we saw it in 2017 with NotPetya. It basically ran loose and caused $10 billion worth of damage.
Well, can you tell us what happened in the previous Russian cyber attacks on Ukraine? Because apparently they were very proficient and very good at what they did.
Well, when you look at Russia, they certainly have phenomenal cyber capabilities and various groups within their government. And in 2017, this was what I was referring to, an attack called NotPetya took place in Ukraine, and it was designed to focus on the Ukraine. But unfortunately, it's almost like biological warfare. When this sort of malware gets released, you don't realize how many connections there actually are. And we saw a lot of companies in the US that were actually connected to this payroll or tax software that was being used in the Ukraine, and it spread through the network very quickly. And that's what I was saying. There is no boundary in cyber, and the unintended consequences that many organizations, government, critical infrastructure, and others can be taken out from a specific attack by Russia against Ukraine. That's one piece. The second piece is then obviously we're worried about attacks against the U.S.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @JimCramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Kramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.